Hey everyone, Zach here with Boats Plus. Welcome to our new tips and tricks video series where we show you the tips and tricks to help you have a great day out on the water. Today's video is going to be about towing and proper landing etiquette. The first thing we're going to start with is what vehicle to tow your boat with. This is very important because this might determine what size boat you get or the vehicle that you might need to tow your boat. You never want to underpower the vehicle. It's always better to have a little bit more power than you need in case you're at a steep ramp or you just need that little bit of towing down the highway. So for example, this 22-foot War Eagle is, for this 250, not that big. This truck could tow easily into the 30-foot. But this is a good sized boat for, say, a 150. As a good rule, you could go up to about 25 feet with an F-150 or a 1500 from GMC or Chevrolet. Whereas when you get beyond that, you're really going to need that diesel motor in it. Once you get beyond 30 feet, you're getting into a little bit more advanced towing. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't go for that 30-footer yet. Hold on, learn on something small, and then move up, because that is a different beast when you're towing. A good habit to get into, but not something you have to do every time, is check your tire pressure on the trailer. This is very important. You don't want to have a flat when you're rolling down the road. Alright, towing starts at attaching your trailer to your truck. When you attach it, you want to use a good hitch. This is a B&W trailer hitch. I like this one because it gives me a variable drop on the ball here. You see, when you're trailering your boat, you don't want it to be tilting up or down. This is going to make it very unstable and it can wear the tires differently. So when you're trailering, you want it to be almost level with the ground. Alright, moving to the hitch itself. This has a 2-inch ball receiver on the trailer, which means there needs to be a 2-inch ball on this hitch. This is a 2-inch, it fits perfectly. That's very important. You don't want to use the wrong size ball, say too small, and your trailer be bouncing around or even pop off. Not a good situation. Alright, your coupling, you're going to lift it up or down. There are different ways of doing it. Make sure this is locked down before you take off towing. This is going to lock that ball onto it. Alright, from here, we're going to take our safety chains, hook them to the rear tow hooks. We're going to take our power, which turns the power to the trailer, so lights, all that. You may have braking. Push that in there. Make sure it's nice in there and good connection. Alright, you're going to make sure everything is stowed away. As you can see, this has a trailer tongue jack that rotates, so make sure that's rotated. And you are good to go. Now we'll move on to what the boat should look like when you're trailering it. I want to take a moment and talk about a few things that you need to carry with you when you're trailering your boat. It's always good to have a spare tire. If your boat didn't come with one, you may need to invest in one because chances are you're eventually going to have a flat tire. That said, you're also going to need a nice jack for when you blow a tire. Don't use the one from your vehicle. Go buy a good one that you can use on your boat, rated a little higher. Also going to need a star wrench, or sometimes you can use an impact wrench. That's a good tool to have to help take the tire on and off easy. Alright, moving to your boat while you're trailering it. You're going to want to adjust your trim, lift the motor up. Some boats come with a bracket here. You can buy them as well. This one comes with a bracket built on. Lower the trim, make sure it's snug. This is very important because you always want to make sure that your motor is trimmed up when you're towing it. You don't want it sitting down here and you hit a bump going down the road and suddenly the lower unit of your motor is gone. Very important to check that before you leave anywhere. Alright? From here, you're also going to want to make sure that everything in the boat is secure. So this Garmin unit, the cover snaps on so it's not going anywhere. But any loose items, make sure that they are secured before you leave your house, the ramp, wherever you are at. Another important thing you want to check when you're trailering your boat, the winch. Make sure it is nice and tight before you leave so that your boat is not jumping up and down as you hit bumps on the road. So you've got the vehicle, you've got your trailer hooked up, your boat, and you've made it to the landing. Let's move on to landing etiquette. Alright, the ramp is the most important part of the landing facility. As you can see, this one, while it may seem to fit 2 boats, you don't want to crowd somebody. Never crowd a boater putting in their boat. It may be their first time. It may be your first time. Don't do it. You need plenty of space to back your boat in and feel comfortable about doing it. The ramp we're at today is a single lane ramp, but a lot of ramps have multiple lanes. Some of them have dividers, some don't. If you're at a ramp that seems to be a little wide for just one boat, chances are you're at a multiple lane ramp. In that case, and if nobody else is immediately there, pick a side. Don't go straight down the middle, because if somebody comes in and they can't use the ramp because you're in the middle, it's not going to be a pleasant experience. Pick a side, be courteous to other boaters. Here is a very important etiquette that you need to know at the boat ramp. Say you've just gotten to the landing and everything is not in your boat. People need to get into it, you need to put your stuff in it. Don't go straight to the ramp. Most landings will have a staging area where you put all your stuff in the boat, and that is where you're going to do that. Don't pull up to the ramp and back in and then wait to get your stuff into the boat, because other people may be ready and they want to go ahead and back in. Go to the staging area, put your stuff in the boat, get ready to go into the ramp, and once you're ready, back to the ramp. Alright, this is also where when you're leaving the ramp, don't leave your boat in the water to take all your stuff out. Pull back over to the staging area, take all your stuff out, and you'll be good to leave. Now this is a special tip for people who may be going in at night or early mornings. You need your lights. That's obviously important. But when you're putting a ramp in, due to the nature of it being on an incline, turn your lights off. Go to your running lights. Don't turn your brights or have your main headlights on. People who are backing in, it's going to blind them and it could lead to some incidents. Turn your lights off. Let everybody see what they're doing. Alright, the boat is in the water. Everything is loaded in your boat and the boat's at the dock. Parking. Most ramps will have designated boat and trailer parking. They'll also have designated car parking. If you don't have a boat, park in the non-boat and trailer parking. If you do have a boat and trailer, make sure that you are within the lines. Some boats are big, I get it, but the vast majority of boats and trucks will fit in a single space. If you need to back up and straighten out, do it. Don't take up more than one spot at the ramp. Final piece of ramp etiquette advice. When you dock your boat after you've dropped it in, or maybe you're coming in and taking out, don't take up more space than your boat needs. Don't park, say, at the end of this dock so nobody can use either side. Use one side or the other. At bigger ramps, there may be an entire longer dock. Simply pick a space for your boat and don't take up multiple spaces at the ramp. Following these etiquettes, you're going to be well prepared to go put your boat in at the landing, and you're not going to end up with somebody leaving a note on your truck why you can't park, or why are people at the ramp being mean because you're blocking the ramp. Follow these advice and you'll have a great day out on the water. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to like and subscribe down below. We're going to be bringing you more tips and tricks just like this, so stay tuned in the future. See you next time.